This right here is a theory that I've had for years. Years. It's called the South Florida effect. Anybody that you bring to South Florida that is not used to South Florida, like
No,
80% will fold on you. Trying to date in South Florida is hard to find real people. And I'm telling you, it is hard to find people who have substance because everybody here is very shallow, very superficial. Don't bring them here.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Raganza. This is Kurt, and today we are at Thrive Art District On Location podcast. So we're switching things up today. We're gonna react to some videos that are quite interesting that's going on right now.
Yeah.
And it touches a lot of our current society in this moment. And yeah, let's check this out. This was gonna be about a girl graduating, and we'll go from there. All right, let's go ahead and check this out.
Graduation split that split the internet. Sparked a huge debate nationwide. Left a teen in Chicago without the diploma she says she earned. So after days of controversy, millions of views online, and a face-to-face meeting with the principal, she went back to school. Here's Tia Ewing with an update.
So people in the video were saying, it would have been cool with a split.
Yes.
You did a little split, a little twerk, little booty pop. Any regrets?
No, I do not have any regrets. Honestly, I didn't think it was a twerk. If I am fair, I thought I was just doing a split. But I apologize to anyone who thought it was inappropriate, and I am truly sorry. But I have no regrets at the same time.
You've seen it on your phone,
The center of an online debate.
on your timeline, in your group chat. The split that stopped a graduation. One celebratory moment turned Tyvion Campbell into a viral sensation. A high school senior dropping into a split and what many online called a twerk. Just before receiving the diploma she spent years working to earn. But that moment made headlines, and it also kept her diploma right out of her hands. What made you decide you're going to go ahead and apologize to her?
Because personally, I can't help how she feels about what I've done. So all I can do is try to amend for it,
Inside Chicago Tech Academy, school officials didn't want our cameras following the conversation.
Yeah. What do you think, man? What do you think, man?
Bro, what you got me watching, man?
Oh, man. All right.
My first thoughts are you graduated, phenomenal. Congratulations. It's not an easy task, especially in the Black community. Let's get educated. That's great. I'm not a college student, just so y'all know. I don't want to, yeah. But celebrating is great. However, there's a time and place for everything. I personally, it's a touchy subject because Black people will always have their opinions, and Black people, well, people in general, but there's certain things that people, especially in the Black community or the Spanish community, say are okay, no matter what time or what's going on, and that's your future doctor. That's your future lawyer. You got a degree.
Or no future. If you really look at it, I mean,
like, enjoy. Congratulations, but like, it's kind of like when the world will treat you how you perceive yourself. That's how you dress. That's how you talk. And it's not just America. I believe it's everywhere, and it's not just because of your skin color, because other places may not see you because of your skin color. However, the way that you conduct yourself is an indication of the kind of person that you may be. Not necessarily who you are, but who you may be. A lot of us are influenced by where we grew up, who we talk to, the kind of music we listen to. And that's why when it comes to marketing, they target certain kinds of music for certain kind of people, certain kind of areas for certain kind of people, because they're all correlated. Something as simple as twerking on the stage after you get your high school diploma, if you was to say what nationality was that and not see the video, you're gonna assume it's black.
All right, let's go. Let's continue this.
Yeah,
I have some thoughts too.
My bad.
But man, no, you're good. But that's interesting.
So we waited. 5 minutes later, the doors opened. And Campbell walked out dancing and holding what she says she earned. Wow! Her high school diploma.
No matter what I did, I do deserve this degree. I worked 12 hard, long years just for a diploma. I ended up ultimately apologizing to her and saying she's been receiving emails about death threats.
For Campbell, this was never about regret. It was about resolution.
What would you tell another student that's graduating?
I would tell another student to be just as outgoing as me. Whatever.
Hell no. To be outgoing as you, I would say, obviously, be yourself. She's being herself. And that's one thing I would give her credit for. So this was my thought.
Mm-hmm.
The world's already in somewhat, depending how you look at it, against you just on the basis of your color of your skin, right? It doesn't matter if you're black or, or you're brown skin, whatever, or any kind, like, it's a little bit against you already. Why would you make it worse? It's like, but I understand she's excited. She graduated. Is this a Gen Z kind of thing? It's like, it's like a rabbit hole of things. There's so many things out there that say that Gen Zs are not going to really keep this economy or this world going. It might just crash and burn. I mean, she's kind of proven their case a little bit. Now, I don't want to overreact. Okay, she got excited. She celebrated probably not the way I would have celebrated.
Yeah, I don't know.
But but it's like, at the same time, we're in a different world now. The world is upside down. Her doing this, she went viral. She very much can make a career out of this. Weirdly, how weird that may sound, yeah, it's I wouldn't agree. I wouldn't want my daughter doing this. I mean, or any kind of sibling of mine doing this. But at the end of the day, they're their own people, and you try to guide them and push them in the right direction as best you can, and they're gonna make their own decisions. So she's gonna learn from this. Hopefully, it doesn't bite her in the ass in the future. No pun intended. But
I don't think it's as deep. I think it's a mistake. Only because of the timing of the play and the place. Like in a graduation party, we have a party because you graduated, go all out. You know what I mean? But on the stage where they are congratulating you on your accomplishment, I think you should hold that with a little more respect. And it's not to conform to the ideology of white people or, society, whatever. It's simply, if you want to be a part of society, there's certain unwritten rules that you have to abide by. It makes life easier. If you go against those rules, it makes life harder. It's really that simple. Just being a black person, or if you have a more rough demeanor, if you talk more clear and like you are educated, people will perceive you better. I know because there's times where people tell me you talk very sophisticatedly. I'm a dark-skinned man with dreads. I'm damn near 6 foot. People find me intimidating sometimes. Don't know why. I swear I'm one of the nicest guys you'll meet. Sometimes. But so bottom line is, I think that she could have went about it a different way. I think she should celebrate 100%. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think hopefully she learns from this, but I have a feeling this is only the beginning. And like I said, we're in a different world now. So she may have done this at college, and even if she did,
high school diploma.
I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I thought it was college too.
Yeah, wow. Like, she did it in a high school diploma, and during her graduation, she had plenty of time. She's young, so she's young, so she got plenty of time.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll find out. She might be something in the future that we're like, oh, isn't that girl? And she
But-
blew up to be something amazing. So you
But
just never know.
honestly, AI is taking over, so content is going to be the new norm. So she might be going down the right alley, and we just too old to know.
Yeah. All right, so this next video that we have is what's going on right now in the U.S. So regarding the Black community and the Asian community, and we're gonna see exactly what's going on. I'm quite been under a rock lately. I've been, focusing on things that are going to come into reality pretty soon. But he's been up to date. I'm watching this video, but this is a new video, so we're both going to react to it.
So I'm sure a lot of you have seen this case in South Carolina where Rick Chow, a convenience store owner, was acquitted of killing a 14-year-old black boy named Cyrus Carmack Belton. It's resulted in a lot of community outrage, and as part of the outrage, a lot of people are suggesting that black folks boycott all Asian businesses. Not specific, because, say Asian, it's a lot that falls in that. You got Chinese, you got Korean, you got Japanese, whole list of folk fall under that. So I just want to know what y'all think about that.
So what do you think about that?
Anybody that knows me knows I don't like majority. I don't like.
You don't like what?
Majority.
Okay.
I don't like when people say all or this group of people or because it's not everybody. So our problem isn't with the Asian community. Our problem is with the government. Maybe not. He was acquitted by the government, by that judge. I'm sure you have a great relationship with maybe the Chinese restaurant up the street from your house that you've been going to for years, or the Chinese woman or man that does your manis and pedis, or it's not all of them. You had one, not one, maybe it's a few instances, maybe a few hundred instances of individuals doing things that we do not agree with. You boycotting a whole generation of or a whole group of businesses because of certain individuals, I don't think that's right. I personally don't think that's right, because they shouldn't have gotten away with it. They should have went to jail. And if they went to jail, we wouldn't be boycotting anything, would we? You wouldn't be boycotting because they went to jail for it. They were wrong for it. The problem is they got away with it. That's the problem. So boycotting all Asians in general, like their businesses, I don't believe that's the answer, because the problem isn't with the Asians as far as I can see. It's with this situation and them not being held responsible for what happened.
Yeah, that's it's a tricky situation here, like especially when it comes to somebody dying and somebody not being held accountable. Now, I didn't get much information. Like I said, you know more than me at this moment. From what I can see or what I'm hearing at this moment within the video, I think it's a little extreme to say that about not supporting any black businesses. I mean, I'm sorry, any Asian businesses. Like she was stating in the video, Asians are a big population, and they're all from all over the place. There's also Indian Asians as well, so like she said, Koreans and Japanese, Chinese, and so on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a little like, and let's be honest, we all like Chinese food. Like, just keep it simple like that. Really, we're not. Maybe we might follow that for probably about a week, but we can't go out all the way on their businesses.
Yeah, but
it's just
what's a week gonna do?
It's just such a.
Because look, you can boycott for a week, but they're still not gonna go to jail. The people who did the problem,
Yeah,
who
exactly.
did it, like, okay, boycott their business. You guys already vandalized their business.
Yeah, see, I would agree with that. I mean,
No,
once I get more context to it,
okay.
I'm just going by what they're saying.
Let me give you a little context because I've seen like 3 videos. Okay.
Oh, you seen 3 videos?
Yeah, I saw 3 videos.
Where was my text message? I don't know. All right, go ahead. All right.
So from what I saw was the young black man went into the restaurant, went into the corner store, right, convenience store, whatever you want to call it. The lady asked him to put his bag in the front, like you know how they always do, when they suspicious, whatever. So he put his backpack in the front. Easy. He goes around the back. You know, he goes with water. He takes some water. He puts it in his jacket.
Oh, okay, what do you mean? Like, is it like a bottled water?
Bottled water.
Oh, so
Water bottles.
So he didn't pay for this bottled water. He just
I mean,
put it in his
he's
bag.
still in there. No, his bag's in the front.
Oh, okay.
So the lady asked him to put the bag in the front. He puts the bag in the front. He goes around the back. The lady is on the other aisle, you know, like watching him. He gets like, I think like 3 water bottles, 3 or 4 water bottles, and then he puts like 2 or 3 of them back. So I'm assuming maybe he had 1 water bottle with him, right?
Okay.
Now he's walking out, and the lady says, "No, wait, get him because he's stealing." Okay, he hits the front door. He's running. The son and the father end up going out the store and following them, right? So you have the scene from inside the store. He hits outside. He hits the corner. He's running up the street, and then you see them follow up. They go all the way down, and from what I'm hearing, I'm not sure if it's 100% accurate. He was shot in the back. There's not one time where he turned around.
And this is in South Carolina, right?
I believe so. So my thing is, first of all, it's water. It's a water bottle. You're stealing water bottles for $3.
I mean, what is the gun laws over there?
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't, but I'm asking. Like,
personally, I think I don't know.
Maybe it does matter a little bit, but like
it doesn't matter.
In some I mean,
the reason I say it doesn't matter is because he was shot in the back and he left the convenience store. He is not even on the property anymore.
Yeah.
So for you to chase somebody down for a water bottle and
no, I'm not justifying him shooting the person. I'm just saying like
correct. I mean, I understand that.
I mean, what I'm saying is that if the laws of the gun laws over there are you know they're not if they're really strict on it, maybe he should have been sent to jail or prison for this. So
regardless of the gun laws, a young man has died.
For sure, that's what I'm saying. Like if they couldn't give him
even if the gun laws was loose, the fact is he should have went to jail still.
Exactly.
Because yes.
Well, so this is where I'm coming from. All right, I'm looking like you know, where's another way you can play this? Okay, you didn't get him you couldn't get him this individual on the murder charge, but what if you get him on another charge that's somewhat equivalent, not exactly like the charge, but somewhat similar to it? Like if the gun law is more strict, let's say for instance New York. New York is a special case, but I don't know if this is true still. But from what I remember, New York is like you can't even have a gun in New York. If you just having a gun in New York, it's like it's a charge. Yeah, man, you're gonna like a long time ago. It's I believe an NFL player just shot himself accidentally, and he went to prison for like 3 years, shooting himself accidentally. So that's how strict it is in New York. What I'm saying, I'm not gonna put it out there that South Carolina's like this. You just never know with these states. They have some weird laws, but yeah, if there's something of that degree of a legislation for that specific state for that, they can get him another way. Instead of boycotting, maybe research a little bit. I mean, who are the people boycotting? That's another question. But
correct.
But all in all, nobody. It sucks that this kid lost his life over a bottle of water, and both lives are ruined. To be honest with you, you know, like even the Asian guy, he obviously overreacted to the situation. His life is going to be forever changed. He's going to have to move. I haven't seen a picture of him yet, but let's continue the video.
About the idea that black people should boycott nail shops, food places, anything Asian.
I love when a black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the black culture and the hip hop culture. Well, you think that's made? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are not neighborhoods. We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. If you're not embarrassed, go to...
Wow, he really went in.
Let me jump on this one real quick.
Yeah. You go ahead, boy.
Wow. Okay, that right there explains everything I just said. The Asian community is so pivotal to our way of life. Like, it's just, we don't see it. You know, it's very subtle, but the clothes you wear, the shoes you buy, maybe the products you like, every kind of some sort of product is 80% chance has been made, manufactured, or had heavy influence from the Asian community. And he has a really good point that they're all coordinated in their own space anyways. They have, like he was stating, you have Koreatown, Chinatown, and it's like they stay together in their own ecosystem majority of the time. So yeah, getting your nails done, I mean, come on. Women always need to get their nails done. And these are so, yeah, and food service, I mean, it's just too big of a influence in our day-to-day life for that to be boycotted on. Like, yeah, that boycott, if it is gonna happen, it's not gonna last long at all. So what do you think?
I personally believe that he could have went about. I don't know the whole video, but he could have went about it a better way. You know, he's not wrong because they do have their own communities, things going on, so on and so forth. However, if they were to simply, if he was to just come to reality and say, hey, look, they were wrong for what they did, and it's not all of us. However, we don't. They're wrong for what they did, and it's not all of us. You know, they don't really need us, but we do. A lot of our funds do go to them, for sure, because they are in the liquor stores, they are in the nail salons, they are in, Chinese food. Like, they're a big part of our community.
Hair, they're in
like,
everything.
they get
Yeah,
a lot of
selling
money
you
from
the
us.
hair you want, and
We
like,
are supporting a large portion of what they got going on, honestly. However, they are also the doctors. They are also the lawyers. They are also the architects
the
and the
engineers running
Like-
running Google. And in a way, we kind of did that to ourselves. We allowed too much, like we let too much of that control. And to be honest with you, I'm American and he's American. From my opinion, we can be a little bit too entitled. You know, a lot of these immigrants, not only Asians, come from other countries, and they really grasp on the opportunity, and they see the education and they're grateful for it, and they go after it with everything they got, and they make the best of it. They become these very established people, and they see opportunities, and they see communities that need certain services, and they create massive amount of those services, and they capitalize on it. You can't be really angry about it. You got to just be like,
Aware.
that's a testament to the American dream. You can come here and become whatever you want to be. You just got to really work hard for it. You got to put in the time. But if you're born here, I'm not saying this is everyone, but there's a lot of entitlement to, oh, I'm an American, I should have these things. Oh, I should get the benefits of this. Or so with that, you're putting yourself as the victim, not being the person of taking charge of your own future. And they took charge of their own future. Unfortunately, I'm not saying I'm justifying exactly
Right.
what happened. It's
Right.
just, it is what it is, and it's just a tragedy. But yeah.
It's not. It is what it is, because he should have gone to jail for that.
Oh, for sure. But
shooting somebody that's running away from you, First of all, in the state of Florida, you're going to jail. If you shoot somebody in the back, you're going to jail. So, however, we live in Florida. So,
On
over
that,
there, I don't know the rules and regulations. But
all
on
right,
that
final
note,
thoughts.
final thoughts: you can't boycott all of Asian businesses. Like that's not even realistic, for real.
I agree. Yeah, it's like you can try, but
Yeah,
it's gonna be
yeah.
a very
I mean, you can,
hard
yeah.
thing
All
to
Asian businesses. That's a
maybe
lot
that
of
specific store you can cancel
absolute.
them, but
They
not
already
not
vandalized that store.
yeah. Other than that, nah. I think that's a little bit too much.
Yeah, but now you can protest for the rights of getting that person prosecuted correctly. They're wrong for that because for you to get off scot free after killing a human, not even self defense. That's literally a murder.
All right, so this next video it's gonna be with Larry Wheels. Now he's a influencer at this moment. He's like a bodybuilder, and he currently just went through a breakup with his wife, and they're talking about really the aspects of when you meet a person and what to expect in a relationship and marriage.
So she went by the name Shayla. It's Selja Dakovic, supermodel wife of powerlifter streamer Larry Wheels. Larry bragged about not making her sign a prenup because he fully trusts her. Repeatedly accused of being a gold digger after demanding a Bentley and Birkin bag shortly after Larry bought her a G-Wagon. Oh, that's interesting. So he bought her a G-Wagon and then he bought her a Bentley. That's $600,000 worth of cars, probably. After just 2 years of marriage, they announced their separation. And again, like in any stream that you saw them in sitting side by side talking or being interviewed or if they're with other people, she almost always expressed contempt or some level of disgust for him. It just always seemed to be there. Official reason, we just grew apart. Anyway, apparently, so this is her over here. Tits McGee with the, the hips, lips, and tits is the way that we used to describe it when we were younger men, but you get the idea. So that's what's gone down for this poor guy. This is an older one where he was talking about trusting her and not having a prenuptial agreement, which unwise choice, and you'll see how this unfolds in a second.
Hope you signed a prenup. No, I have not.
Oh, you signed a prenup?
Somebody asked me if I signed a prenup. I'm like, I have not.
Funny, I did bring it up a couple times early on, but I decided not to go forward with that. I trust her. So they would sit there and do these streams together. And
All right, we're gonna stop it right there. No, but this is a good part right here. This is like, you want to continue? Or you want to talk about what he said he didn't do a prenup and he trusted her not doing a prenup, or you want to continue the video?
See, I think that prenups are good, but prenups are structured. You have different kind of structures, and I believe that you should structure your own prenup based off of your finances and the person that you're with, and your mindsets and your compatibilities. People, both men and women, are emotional, and we grow, we evolve. So it's not guaranteed that you'll be with the same person forever. Um, and it should be till death do you part. However, that isn't always the actual situation. That's pretty much my thought process on that. So, however,
Get the prenup, man. What's wrong with you? I would say always get a prenup, like especially if you make massive amount of money. You just never know people's real intention. I'm not trying to say to be so defensive and so like paranoid, but you got to be self-aware. Who are you? You're a person who is generating quite a bit of money, and you're on social media. So not only you have social status, you have financial status, and those two things alone, you're gonna attract the ideal woman you want. Now, majority of the time, that ideal woman that you are attracted to may not have the best intentions for your relationship that you want. You picture this entire world of relationship with a specific kind of partner, but doesn't mean that that is going to be the same for that person. So they may have intentions to just find a dude or whoever partner they're trying to find just to supplement their lifestyle. And you got to be very careful with that. The more money you have, the more you have to, I say money and status, but majority of the time money, you got to make sure you protect it as best you can. Get out of your own head. Have a second or third person like talk to you. But man, once you have sex with the girl, I mean, or dude, whatever, right?
I
And
mean,
your emotions are going to be swinged all over the place. So just, I think just level of experience with dating,
that's a
or
base by base
yeah,
experience.
based by yeah,
Yeah, because there's some guys that are more attached than others. There's some guys that don't need money or status to actually get a beautiful woman because they have a great mouthpiece or a great personality. Um, but ultimately, when it comes down to the prenup aspect of the situation,
sign the prenup, man. What are you doing?
protect your assets. And this doesn't mean that this doesn't because there's women that make more money than you. Let's be real. There are some out there.
Yeah, for sure,
Maybe
definitely.
maybe more because more women graduate college than men statistically. Um, so there are a lot of women out here that actually can make more money than you. Still sign a prenup. I
Yeah,
mean, you might want to get a leg up and be like, oh yeah, I got a great. If you unless you're like, look, this is the one for you, and you don't care if she takes everything, like you'll be willing to give her everything, then don't sign a prenup.
I think it takes a level of trust. I mean, you gotta just go with your gut. I mean, there are some relationships like
Yeah, but
it's
people
like if you
change.
trust exactly, but there's like the relationship can be built even stronger when you say, no, I don't need a prenup. I don't need it because I trust you and I believe in you. I mean, but with those kind of relationships, you really have to know. And sometimes you don't know.
No, you don't.
And you don't know until shit like this happens. So,
But sometimes they don't know. Like a woman can genuinely love you, and then things happen, and it just doesn't work out.
yeah.
So it's not always intentional. Don't think that a woman just gets you for your money. Some women legit are interested in you until they find out who you really are, and that can happen years later.
And that's why it's important. I know we can rush into things like, oh, I find, you know, there's a saying that only fools rush in. Like you don't want to rush in too quickly, and once you sleep with the person, now you're infatuated, now you're emotionally attached, and you can think your thought process is going to be very not logical.
Some of us, some of us.
Some of us, but majority, I mean, your logic is going to be thrown off heavily, because now you're dealing with the emotions. So with that being said, yeah, just get your prenup, and it depends. Take your time. If everybody's timeline is a little different, if you're wanting to have family, this and that, but yeah, just take your time, get to know the person. I'd rather you live with this individual for a year, 2 years. They say you know a person when you live with them. 2 years, live with them, see how they are. If you like how they are, how they handle stress, how they handle adversity with you, how can you grow together. Once you see the ugly version of that person in private, and you're okay seeing how they get when in their low points, and you still are in for this person, then go ahead and do your thing. But you really never know. You just got to take the leap of faith and just do your homework. Just don't I don't think a year's enough. I don't know how long they've been together, but
Honestly, there's no time
I'm
frame.
guessing it was premature.
There's no time frame because I mean they've been married for 2 years, but you don't know how long they've been dating.
Yeah, the dating has to be the dating.
You know,
Dating is important for a reason. You got to get to know the person, man. You like see not just for who like the ugly and the good. You gotta see the whole package. But yeah, let's continue the video.
Just sort of chop it up, and people would ask questions, they respond to them. And there were times where she would sometimes get up and walk away, and he would do like the plugged-in beta male simp thing and like sniff her chair on the camera. In this instance, he's basically saying, yeah, I trust her. Somebody was asking her the question, and she said, no, I didn't sign a prenup. He married this woman, brought her to Miami from Dubai. I mean, to give you an idea of how dumb Larry Wheels is, He went to
Oh
You
my
can pause it.
God.
This is a okay. So this right here is a theory that I've had for years. Years. It's called the South Florida effect. Anybody that you bring to South Florida that is not used to South Florida, like
No,
80% will fold on you because they're not used to. Look, South Florida is driven financially, looks 100%.
hypergamy is crazy over
It's
here.
huge. So if you bring somebody that looks attractive over here and you think that they want to be only for you and they never experienced South Florida and they go out and they go to Miami and they go to the beach, you don't have to go to the club. You go to the nice restaurants. You see the cars, you see the everybody here tries to upkeep themselves. The better you upkeep yourself, the more money you have, it's a different kind of beast. Trying to date in South Florida is hard to find real people. And I'm telling you, it is hard to find people who of substance because everybody here is very shallow, very superficial. Don't bring them here.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
Are you okay?
Do not bring. It's no seriously. It's hard to find. Like you gotta go. You gotta find the little, the holes in the wall, the safe havens to find the people. And majority of them, if you find them, they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I'm a homebody." They're gonna say, "I'm a homebody. I'll be in the house." I used to say, "You gotta catch them in the mailbox." When they leave them from the house to the mailbox, that's when you're gonna catch them. That's when you catch the best ones. Because everybody else is just like, eh.
Okay, so he grew up in Florida. All right, so just a part of him. But he's right. I wouldn't say just Florida. I think majority of the major cities is the hypergamy is extreme.
Yes.
But my thing is that wasn't really the. It could be that you're right. The
What?
influence of the U.S. like the U.S. influence got into her, but I think it's mostly the fact he messed up already trying to bring a person from another country and then marry them and like I get the marriage now because of the dot you need
No
the
documents.
legal trying to make so she could be legal
And
here.
Florida is known for that.
But I don't know if they're in Florida though. I think this is
From
in
Miami.
Oh, he said Miami.
He said from
See,
Dubai
like
to Miami.
I wasn't really listening.
Once you
that
say
well.
Miami, I'm like, oh,
So the Miami lifestyle is wild, yeah, and it can be a definite influence on.
Yeah.
It can change a person fairly quickly, especially when you see the top of the top. The
Oh.
1%ers, the 2%ers, and there's
Listen.
that's most of what you see over there. Majority of the time, the right that side of Miami. There's another side that
Yeah, that
doesn't get
we'll talk about.
recorded.
Have you ever seen the show Temptation Island?
No, I've
So it's a dating show called Temptation Island, where they bring. Oh man, I'd be dying laughing. It's couples that go to an island, and you have beautiful men and women that come and tempt you.
yeah.
It's called Temptation Island. This is the real Temptation Island. You go to South Beach. Let me say something. You go to South Florida, like South Beach area. You can be in your car and you will see a woman that is beyond gorgeous at the city bus stop, at McDonald's. They are there. They're just bred that way because they're trying to keep up with everybody else. And then you have the ones that actually have money and actually are doing certain things, and their egos are so inflated. Like you have to be a certain kind of guy, or you have to have a great talk game, or you have to have a great personality, great friends, a lifestyle to get into those certain situations.
In a way,
You have to have some kind of power, some kind of.
you're kind of putting it as such a negative against that. I think it's a double-edged sword.
Okay.
When you're in a situation or an environment like that, it kind of makes you have to improve yourself, right? It
does.
forces you to improve yourself. Some can say, "Oh, but accept me for who I am." That's true, but if you want that kind of energy, you got to go somewhere else. But if you wanted to, if most people who live in these environments are self-improvers, they're self-development gurus, man, or junkies. They love to get better every day and improve their health, improve their finances, improve their quality of life. So, and why wouldn't you want to have that, the best version of yourself? Continue to put like yourself in the best light, and for you in the future that you want, and for your family and your legacy. And for me, and this is me coming to you a little bit, this is a little bit of a psychological thing. I used to be like that in the way, oh, they have these things, they look like this because they're and they're bougie, they're this. Okay, but if you were in that position, if you were that individual who did have these skills, these resources, and you were capitalizing on these opportunities, it would be a whole different story and different conversation right now.
So my thoughts are everything that I've recently said is very surface level.
Yeah. Okay.
Honestly,
I agree.
that oh he or she has to look amazing and she or he has to have the amazing lifestyle is surface level because honestly everybody wants somebody. So once you get past that first level and you can get to know that person, if you can, the hardest part is getting past the first level. Get past the damn, what's the word? The shallowness. Get past the shallowness. Once you get to the real person, that's when you can find out who's really who. Everybody's like, oh yeah, because a lot of us be like, oh, I would look good with that person. They envision themselves in public with that person. Does this person fit my aesthetic? Does this person fit my lifestyle?
Yeah.
That's the first level. Once you break past that and you can get into behind, like, how do you really feel? What's your thoughts on society? What's your thoughts on kids, family, roles? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in like when you get into the real questions and you get past that first level, that's when you really start getting to know somebody.
And then what's the level of communication now with this? Because she's from Dubai, right? One,
Uh-huh.
Dubai is one of the richest country or the richest country in the world.
I believe it's
I'm
one
not
of them.
country, I'm sorry, but city in the world.
Yeah.
So it's already there's a level of standard.
Yeah, but
It's a level of a
Miami is
standard
like
you have
little
to meet.
Dubai.
No.
Miami's like
Dubai is
little Dubai.
Dubai, and then Miami's Miami. But Miami, I think, is more of a cluster. It's more like it's the like the level of they're not so. I would assume I've never been to Dubai, but Dubai is so grandiose. It's huge. It's everywhere, right? I think it's more close knit when it comes to Miami. So the social life is a lot more. It's close knit. Everybody knows someone of that in the same environment, but it's still in the same ecosystem. You're right.
I think Miami's
I think
like
she already had that idea, that mindset.
I think Miami's little Dubai. However, Dubai has structure. Miami doesn't have structure. Dubai, somebody got arrested for yelling at somebody. Miami, everything goes. Like there's like Miami, everything goes. Everything goes. In Dubai, I heard you go to jail. You go to jail for yelling at somebody, for arguing, for showing public affection.
Oh, you know what? I think I've heard of that too.
So if that's correct, we have a similar aesthetic, but we have no morals. Dubai has morals. Dubai has rules and guidelines to keep you aligned. Miami does not. Miami is like, go ahead, run and play, have fun.
Oh, okay, that's a fair point. Yeah, it's like
So
over there they're held a little bit more accountable to like ethics.
thank
Yeah,
you. And that's why I say when you bring
etiquette and all
people
that.
here, you bring people here from somewhere else. Man, she come from Dubai. They're not allowed to do certain things. You go to jail for cheating, I believe, or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but
For you to go all the way to Dubai, I mean, that's I don't know, that's something else. All right, let's see.
To Dubai for the tax savings, but he didn't relinquish his U.S. citizenship, his U.S. passport. If you're going to get the tax savings, you have to give up your U.S. residency because the United States taxes you on income wherever you live. It doesn't matter. As long as you're a resident, you have their passport. That's how they do things. So the guys that I met in Dubai that were previously American gave up their residency, gave up their citizenship, gave up their passport, and they became a golden visa holder of Dubai. And they usually have a passport from another country, sometimes through lineage, things like that. But Larry Wheels went to Dubai for the tax savings, realized he wasn't going to save any money. So he met this girl and decided to marry her and then bring her back, as one does. One of the general themes that I heard over and over again talking to guys in Dubai, and this was in conversations over several days, different people, is that the longer women are in Dubai, the more they're corrupted, the more they're a gold digger, the more likely to be difficult, the more likely they're going to be to have higher demands and standards. Luxury is a big keyword over there. Luxury, like everything's luxury. Every new hotel, every new condominium that's being built, villa, it doesn't matter what it is, bar, nightclub, the word luxury is infused in it, and women love this shit. Women from all over the world go there. Almost all of them have work done. I think Wheels' wife, she's definitely had her boobs done. She's probably had fat moved around. It looks like she's got the big giant BBL sort of thing. So that's where they take it from the legs and other parts of the body, and they put it in the ass. And she's just a regular chick that found a rich guy. And look, smart women target rich guys. I've said this before. I use the example with Brian Johnson and Kate. I did an entire video on the Entrepreneurs of Cars channel. You can go look that up if you haven't seen it yet. But she clearly targeted him, not in a nefarious way, but just in an intelligent way where you go find a successful guy and you lock him down. I don't have a problem with that going down. That's just how things work. I think if you're, a father and you've got a daughter, you probably are, interested in seeing your daughter being looked after. But in this case, she just continuously expresses contempt for him.
Yeah, man. I think he went into it and he explained it. I think we just literally had this conversation, and
So
yeah.
there's something about the gold digger comments that it's something that I always like kind of battle with a little bit. To call a woman a gold digger, but then to call yourself a provider, where does the line blur? If you were taught to provide for her,
He was saying that she was probably targeting him because of the money he had.
correct.
But he was stating that if you're the father, you kind of want your daughter. If from the father's perspective, you want your daughter to go after an individual that can provide, that can support
I
her.
understand that, but
Yeah.
I'm saying for you, in general, to call her a gold digger, but to say that you're a provider, where does the line blur? Because if you're a provider and you're handling things, and and you call her a gold digger, and she's receiving things, at what point does that blur? Because it sounds like you're playing your roles, right?
Yes and no. It depends on the intention of it. If you're intentionally searching for, it does blur.